and welcome to the Have Knitting Podcast. My name is Christy. Today is Tuesday. It's the last week in July. Sorry, I can hear dogs barking. I'm trying to figure out why they're barking. I think it's the 26th. It's the end of July. We are in the last week of July. I am drowsy because I was sitting in a warm car and it's kind of made me want to go to sleep. It is a beautifully sunny day. The wind has finally died down, which is fantastic. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. And so I was sitting in the car in the sun, just enjoying being warm. And I got quite drowsy. So I'm still trying to wake up. I shall have a cup of tea and that should help. A sip of tea, not a hot cup. A sip. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you have come back, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This last week has been pretty quiet. The kids are all back at school. For those of you that might be new or that are new, I've got 6 kids. Four of them are in school. One of them is in preschool 2 days, and the other one is at home sleeping, thankfully. At the moment, he doesn't sleep all the time, but at the moment he's sleeping. Yeah, so school went back last Tuesday, and the kids are well and truly back in a routine. And my 6-year-old son, who's in kindergarten, which, is the first year of school here in Australia, he is on his first excursion today. They've gone to a farm. So I hope he's having a great time, and it's an absolutely glorious day for it. So I'm sure he's having a fantastic time. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about it when I pick him up at 3 o'clock. So yeah, nothing else has happened. My life has become incredibly boring again because I was running around after kids, and we really haven't done anything. Craft goes back on Thursday, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to that, but I think I'll be cross-stitching. I think I mentioned that last time. And aside from that, I haven't really done much. So yeah, it's just been quiet. I'm sort of enjoying the peace and quiet, catching up on podcasts, doing a bit of business, doing a little bit of knitting here and there, trying to get my house into some semblance of not chaos. I have 6 kids. I should be easier on myself. Because I swear, I tidy something up and I turn around and it's all scattered again. Unless they're not home, and then it's not scattered until they get home. So yeah, so that's it. I've got new earrings. Look, it's a little coffee cup. Isn't that cool? And that one's a little coffee bean. I got them on Etsy from a company called June Design and Co, I think. They're based in Tasmania, and the company. So cool. They make me happy. Actually, I wore them today intentionally because I was a little bit tired when I ran. Oh, it was just chaos this morning. And, they're just, I don't know. They don't give me energy or anything. It's not like, they're actually caffeinated earrings. I don't know. They're just really cute. I like them. I'm really into earrings, like themed earrings, like these, and I found some earrings that are little gumboots, wellies or galoshes or whatever you want to call them, and speech bubbles that say hello, and sloth earrings. I don't have them. I have a long list of earrings that I would like, but these are cool. They're timber. They make me happy. Anyway, you don't want to hear me rapping on about my earrings forever. So I think that this show will be quite short because since finishing Brian, all I've been working on is socks, predominantly. I still haven't sent my sister-in-law her shawl. I'm hoping to do that today. Yes, I've been really slack. I'm not even going to begin to try and explain why that is. But yeah, so I'll try and get that in the post today. But yeah, so when I finished my Brian, I had been concentrating so long on trying to get that finished, and that I'd sort of, you know, it wasn't a hard knit. I mean, it was a really enjoyable knit, but it wasn't particularly hard. But I finished that, and I've just, like, I felt like I needed some sort of break. I don't know if that makes any sense. This is the podcaster that is drowsy and keeps burping, so I'm sorry. Apparently tea makes me burp. So I just wanted to just knit on really, really basic things, and then socks, which are basic. So I went back to knitting on my Havana Shrug. This is a pattern by, I think the designer's name is actually by Annie Claire. Yeah, I'm knitting it in Debbie Bliss Fine Donegal Tweed. And you can see, like, it's like a navy blue. It's got blips of red and light blue and green. And I really, really like this yarn. I really like it. The pattern itself calls, I think, for a DK. Or the Fiberco's Savannah, which apparently is a sport weight yarn. And I really liked this yarn. And thought that it would work as a sport weight. But I just did a swatch and redid the maths, and I'm on my way. So I think I need to buy an extra ball. I only bought 2 balls of yarn because I thought that it would work on the recommended needle size and everything, but it obviously didn't. So I think I need to buy another ball or 2 of the yarn. There is a place in Blackheath that sells it. So Blackheath is about half an hour's drive from here up the mountain. I know that they have it, or I can get it from Love Knitting. So I'm not sure whether I'll go up there and get it, or if I'll just order it from Love Knitting with some yarn to knit a little cotton rabbit something, because that's on my to-do list. So yeah, so it's just a huge big rectangle that's slowly getting bigger and bigger. I keep folding it over to see if it's big enough to fit my arm through. I don't think it is. But yeah, it's just a huge big rectangle. And obviously, if you go and have a look at the pattern, it has like a really pretty lace edge. But you just need it in a huge big rectangle to begin with. And so yeah, so it's just really soothing knitting. So because I am knitting it on a smaller size, I'm knitting it on a 5mm needle. It's obviously a lot more stitches. So I've got over 200 needles, not 200 needles, over 200 stitches. But it's just an easy knit. I don't have to think, I don't have to, it's just, so anyway. So this has kind of been my easy knitting when I just want to knit, but I don't want to have to think too much. Does that make sense? So yeah, so I'm enjoying that. And plus, I want it done before the weather gets too warm, because I would like to wear it. And I think it will look sensational once it's done. But we shall see. Anyway. So that's that. That's my Havana Shrug. Or maybe I should say that's my Havana rectangle. And I really, really, really like this yarn. Have I told you that? Okay. So the other thing that I have been working on this week, and this has been my main knit for the last week, is my Miss Click Clack tricolour sock. So I've already knit 1 pair. And then I was working on my second pair. She's doing an Kelly, who is also known as Miss Click Clack. Miss Click Clack on Etsy, is doing a knit along. So tricolour sock knit along. And you buy one of her sock sets, or you can just use, if you've got leftover yarn of hers, you know, like 3 colours that make, whatever. Tricolour, obviously, is 3 colours. because I've got a friend who's just grabbed bits and pieces of yarn that, you know, from leftover from other socks that she had been knitting, and then just put together 3-color, well, yeah, tricolor socks from that. And they've all worked out so cool. Anyway, so that originally was finishing on the 3rd of August. So I was trying to get cracking on this so that I could get it done. But that date has changed to either the 10th or the 13th. But regardless, I have an extra week. But I have still been predominantly knitting on this because I wanted to get through the heel turn. By the time I recorded, I'm obviously recording, and the heel turn is done. So I used the vanilla is the new sock, the new black, not the new sock. Vanilla is the new sock pattern. I really like the fit of this sock. I know that some people say that they end up with a little bit too much fabric across the instep, because essentially what you're doing is you're increasing here, and so you get all this extra fabric across your instep, and then you do this heel turn. And as you're doing the heel turn, you're doing like short rows and decreasing all the stitches back to your original stitch count. And then you work down the foot. So there's no heel flap, which is brilliant. I love that. And you're not having to decrease stitches as you're knitting down the foot, because you've just kept knitting in the round. So I really enjoy the construction. I really love the fit of the heel. I'm not so sure of the wear. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last week. I did ask about it on Ravelry, and a lady said that this is her go-to heel pattern, and and yeah, they last and last and last, but that could be more to do with the fiber content. So anyway, so that's been going along quite nicely. I'm really, really happy to have gotten through the heel. My aim, I'm setting knitting goals. How fancy is that? My aim for next podcast is to actually be through to just about the toe. So this is my other sock that I've done. So there's my heel, obviously, and then I sort of knit down the foot, and then I did a purple stripe. I've got the contrasting blue up there, and then a blue toe. So my aim for this week is to get at least up to the purple stripe, so that then I've only got the toe to do, because that'll go pretty quickly once I change over to the blue. So because I want it done, because I had that goal in mind, and I'm on it. I have a deadline of the 10th or the 13th of August. I can't remember which one. I'm trying to get it finished, because it would be nice just to have 2 pairs finished. I don't care about the giveaway. It'd be great to win, but that's not why I'm trying to get it finished. I'm trying to get it finished so that it's just done, and that it's done in time, because I just don't want. I just want it finished. I want things finished. I no longer want to have a house full of FOs. Sorry, that's not right. I no longer want a house full of half-finished socks and works in progress. I want things finished. So I have 3 or 4 single socks that need partners. Quite a few of them I'm thinking of ripping back and just knitting vanilla socks. Yeah, that's currently where I'm at. I've got a couple of balls of yarn that I balled up. That I balled up years and years and years ago, and I've balled it up too tightly, and I don't know what to do with the yarn, whether to just chuck it. I mean, it's a lot of money that I'm just throwing in the bin, or like what I do, whether I just skein it, so you like unwind it and skein it up, and then just soak it and let nature do its magic, and then knit with it. I think that should be a spring job. I think maybe in spring I'll actually clean out my yarn and figure out what I'm doing and what I'm doing with the half-finished socks that I've got, whether I'm going to continue and try and knit the second sock, or whether I'm just going to unravel it and do vanilla socks or do something completely different. So that might be something that I can do now that I'm actually knitting vanilla socks, because I'm just really, really, really tired of just having half-finished stuff everywhere. Like I was talking to Moira from Knitting in Stitches about my my little monkey that I've been knitting. And all I need to do is seam up the dress and she's done. But I just can't bring myself to do it. So I did go and buy buttons yesterday. So I have a nice little pearl style button to put on the back of the dress. So I think that once I've got this sock done, I think I said that I was going to make her a priority after I'd finished my Brian. Getting the monkey done, but the sock is my priority so I can finish that knit along. And then I think I'm going to get stuck into softies so that I can get I've got that monkey to finish and another monkey to knit. So I'll get those two done and then I can look at knitting my daughter a monkey, a bear and a cat. And just sort of start working on those. That's my plan. Let's see if I can stick with it. Anyway, so the this sock, I'm also knitting along in my knit along, in the Have Knitting Yay for May knit along, which is just a sock knit along, any pattern, any yarn, any whatever. I do have a prize, which is a pretty fantastic shawl pin that was donated by one of my lovely viewers. I don't have it with me though, it's over there somewhere. But if you go back, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a photo of it in the Ravelry group. I will try and get that done in the next couple of days. So, yeah, and then you can all see it. I'll put it in the comments. You know, like the description, because I figured out how to do that. So I will put the little prize in there, and then you can all see what you get to win if you knit a pair of socks before the end of August. So yes, so the Yay for May knit along ends or runs until the end of August. And I know that sounds really weird because it's May. It's Yay for May, but that's because I started it in May. And my birthday's in May. And Mother's Day is in May. And I started sock knitting in May. I started the tricolour socks in May. So the other sock that I have been working on, and this is also for a knit along that I am hosting with Moira from Knitting in Stitches, which is the stripy socks knit along. And I will hopefully be sewing up a project bag for that. That's my plan. They don't take long. It's just, you know, getting it in my head that that's what I have to do. Finding the time to do it. And at the moment I'm feeling very time poor, which is ridiculous. Last week I wrote out a master schedule. So I'd never done anything like that before. Have always been a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. And then I was just, yeah, it's just not working for me. So I drew up a master schedule of my week, and I actually emailed my husband and said, it doesn't look like I do much. And he said, but what about all the kid stuff? And then when I split it up into specific, like, you know, hours of my day, I realized just how little time I have, and also pockets of time that I can use more effectively, which is fantastic. So I now have my master schedule, but I'm going to have to start doing a weekly schedule as well, so that I can say, you know, between 10 and 11 or 10 and 11:30 or whatever, and Tuesdays I'm grocery shopping or whatever, and then try and stick within those time frames and getting stuff done. So I've actually put in my master schedule that I am podcasting every Tuesday. So after lunch I sit down and I podcast, and then I'm obviously going to have to put in my master schedule when I'm going to upload that, which will probably be Thursdays here, because I'm not home on Thursday mornings, and that I can just let the computer take up all the bandwidth and it's not a big deal. That's a total aside. Anyway, so stripy sock along with Moira from Stripy Socks, knit along with Moira from Knitting in Stitches. This is my Knit Picks Felici. I actually meant to, they've got a video on it, and I actually meant to watch that so I could see how they pronounce it, and I still haven't done that. So, you know, that self-striping stuff that Knit Picks does. Self-striping yarn, not self-striping stuff. This is it. This is called Balloon Ride. I'm showing you the bit with all the jogs. This is called Balloon Ride, and oh my goodness, these are my happy socks. These are my happy socks. They remind me of summer, just those colors. Look at them. And just, they make me happy. So they do really remind me of summer on a day like today where it's just glorious. I think all I want to knit is on these socks because they remind me of summer. And hot air balloons. So I'm just doing a vanilla sock. I'm thinking that I'm going to do the vanilla is the new black heel on these socks. I'm thinking. It's either that or a short row heel. And I don't know if I want to do a short row heel again. Not that I don't love my short row heel. I do. And I love a short row garter stitch toe, I've discovered. But yeah, I think I might just do a normal. Because then I don't have to join yarn. I don't have to worry about the stripes sequence. I can just keep going. So I think I'll do that. Less brain power. And I'm all about that at the moment. So I've gone through one color repeat. So it's how many colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. And it's just fun. I just love these colors and they're just fun to knit on. And this yarn, I can understand why people keep going on about Knit Picks self-striping yarn, however it's pronounced, because it's really, really soft and it's really smooth. In fact, it's so soft and so smooth that sometimes I have a hard time knitting with it because I can't hold the tension. It just wants to run through my fingers. So I can't, this isn't, yeah, I've found that I can't sit and knit on it for a hugely long period of time, but I still love this yarn. It seriously makes me happy. So I'm really happy that I bought the kaleidoscope. Can't wait to knit with that. And I've got some gummy bear as well. So I think I'll be, the next time they release it, I think I'll buy more than 2. We'll see where I'm up to, but it's just happy. So happy. So happy. I can't wait to have these finished and on my feet already. So that's it. That's all the stuff that I've been knitting on. It's been, yeah, it's just been a quiet week knitting wise, which is nice. And yeah, so this is an incredibly short show. Are you surprised? I am. And so I think I might go. I might go and have some lunch and hang out some washing and enjoy that sunshine. And I hope that wherever you are, that you are having delightfully gorgeous weather. And yeah, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye.